So
we have a note. All right. So let's take it to the Dragon Dawn. I think
you guys
that
head over
was
to
what we
Dragon.
decided we were going to do.
You guys head over to Dragon Dawn. The various scum that hangs out front of Dragon Dawn's place, very respectful these days, especially since they see that the lockpick gang seems to be growing and growing. And so they guy escorts you in, and he's like adjusting his. It's not really a tie. It's like a post-apocalyptic version of a tie and stuff. He takes you in to see Dragon Dawn. Dragon Dawn is like, it is the Shotgun Joker. And who have you brought with you?
This is my associate. I'll let him introduce himself.
He looks with great expectancy toward your associate.
I'm the back alley butcher.
Very well. It is good to see you. And how may I assist the lockpick gang?
Well, we may be able to assist you on one hand. On the other hand, Mr. Butcher here needs a ID.
I'm giving a card for Mr. Butcher. You now have way too many cards. Good for you. And he goes, very well. He has somebody go off to print that up and another guy to count through the money. And he says, so what do you have for me?
We recently obtained a missive that is for the Triad that we thought you might be interested in. It is currently sealed. That as to what you wanted, it was to be delivered to the Out Inn.
He looks curious about this.
We had several thoughts on the matter as to what could be done with this, but in regards to whether or not you keep it, you open it up, reseal it, and get us to fulfill delivery, depending on what the contents are, destroy it, etc., etc., etc. We haven't looked at it to see if it's got any magic on it to confirm if it's been tampered with or not, as it just appears to have a wax seal and it's written in Mandarin from the little bit we can make out from it. Butcher?
He waits to get handed a piece of paper.
I believe you still have it.
I give it to him.
He takes it, sets it aside, and he says, thank you. I will get back to you on this. Such things are better with a little bit of time taken.
Certainly.
I appreciate you thinking about me, Shotgun Joker.
Of course.
Now, we have almost everything we need. Where is Fuck?
Fuck is currently on doing some work. She's not available right at this moment, I'm sorry to say.
Very well. When she becomes available, please have her sent to me. We will need her to do a series of 5 different drawings that each must be perfect. Each one having a different number of the points colored in correctly with the runes in order to do the special things we were talking. Somebody mark off 200 silvers. Back alley butcher gets his paperwork.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to do business with you.
Yes, I believe that I very much enjoy having a new gang in town, especially since it does not seem that your crimes are in any way impacting my business nor much of the town. I'm not sure exactly where you are doing your crimes, but I figure maybe it's a bit of the out west brigandry or something like that. Either way, I am not seeing any threat to my organization or my profits. So as far as I'm concerned, if your gang continues on this course, then we should have no conflict.
Indeed.
Yes, I may have other, of course, any time that anybody from the lockpick gang needs work, I always have things going on. but you seem like you are going somewhere or doing something that is a bit more urgent. So I will let you get on with that.
Certainly. In regards to the missive, did you want us to, depending on what you decide to do with it, did you want us to complete delivery of it? If that's what you wanted to do, take care of all the details.
We will take this slow, and if necessary, I will have somebody else deliver it.
Okay. The person it was to be delivered to was Do Lee at the Out Inn.
Very good. He nods and he smiles. He actually stands up and extends his claw hand toward you.
I'll extend my hand.
He carefully shakes your hand.
Mm-hmm.
He ignores Back Alley Butcher yet. He doesn't know him well enough to extend this rare honor. There was a couple of people looking like, oh, he won't even spit on me, and he shakes his hand. But yeah, Dragon Don seems pretty fucking happy with things.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else?
I do not believe so. You don't have any... Do you actually have a weapon at the moment, Mr. Butcher?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I always have a weapon on me.
Yes,
we have
I meant a
more
pistol.
guns. If you need a gun, we have more in stock.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, beautiful.
He looks a bit disappointed. That's a pity. We have a new assassin's gun in stock. Didn't know if that sort of butchery was your speed.
I like to do mine up close.
I can appreciate a craftsman. Well, do not let me detain you.
Good day to you, sir. And we leave.
Excellent. You guys head out. Once you're going through the place with the statue with all the people holding up the Shadow Council, all the common man and stuff, you notice they look a bit more miserable than you thought they did previously, but it could just be your imagination. There's also a guy with a foot-powered sharpening stone and a bunch of people waiting in line. He's sharpening knives and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You notice one of the people in line with a pot.
Okay.
Just waiting patiently.
Yeah, just so you know, Chris, we the Big Fish Lane is where the Dragon Don is. We didn't mention where we're going. But yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it will enrage him next time he needs to find the Big Fish Lane. That makes Logan kind of happy in a way.
So it's probably the easiest way to get there is to go to Pub Street and then from Pub Street to the docks.
As you guys are going through Pub Street, there's touts handing out coupons for like one free drink at various places and stuff like that, trying to get customers to go in there.
Nice. I'm glad I didn't come here with Mildred.
She'd have probably fucking beat the shit out of one of these bastards, taken all his tickets, and head there. But when you get down near the docks, because you're still on the way to the ship, but this city is pretty bustling, and there's people out yelling on the docks that. Hold on a second here. If you be a brave man, go see Captain Kerrigan on the Audacity. He is looking for brave, stout souls to hunt the nemesis of the trading waves, the Kraken. See Captain Kerrigan of the Audacity, etc. So apparently Kraken are in season now.
No worries.
The pay is high. High.
And what what the Don was talking about in regards to the drawings is that we're assisting him in basically forging the pentagram, so we can get it with the intent that way we can get pentagrams in this place and actually be able to cast magic without being thought to be monsters.
Okay, cool. I was
Okay.
wondering how all that worked.
Yeah. So yeah, be very careful using magic, obviously. Yeah, so Mildred was able to draw fairly well the pentagram. So hence he mentioned asking where she was.
15's okay in case Pete has friends.
No, but it's more. It's more money.
Oh.
But it
I
says
think
in
15
the
should be
script-
fine.
Oh, it says the location. Hold on.
Anyway, he's just babbling insanely. Sorry, what were you saying, Pete?
I said 15. Yes. Anyway,
Pete likes 15.
I've got no idea how many friends you guys have got.
We got
that would
about
be
five.
fine.
5.
Yeah.
So 10. Is a 10 slot okay, or might we get more people than that?
No, I
Perfect.
I think so too.
How are we gonna get more than that?
Well, Chris may have some friends. Chris doesn't have any spare time, but he may feel left out if he doesn't get a slot. Just because he can't actually play doesn't mean we shouldn't give him a fucking slot.
Chris doesn't have any friends.
Oh. Sorry, Chris. You suck, apparently. Anyway.
Chris tacos.
Yeah, they all freak out when they find out how old I am, and then they all run off.
Yeah, you're an old fucker now. You've hit the fucking hill, and everything else from then on is a fucking slide down into darkness. So.
Oh, okay. So for 10 quid we can get 12.
Great.
All right.
And I've used the Trado before. That's when we had Archon. So
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Cool.
I'm looking at the rest of those to make sure we're not.
Great. Let me get back to these guys because they keep talking to me. So you. That's lonesome, I know. Anyway, so
Give me the fucking job to do this.
As Matt wraps his headphone cord around Logan's throat, and
he may just strangle me with the headphone cord.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, unless you want to be swayed by yet something else going on in town, I don't know if I can stress enough just how busy this town is, especially because you know, all the different wars going on and stuff like that. Also, as you go through the port, there's people investigating a knifing that went on. It's at this point that you guys are like, yeah. There's various fighting and stuff that goes on among other people, but you manage to ignore all of that shit, and you head past the docks over toward the beach, and you can see the beach itself. You have to walk kind of carefully because there's various sizes of areas of sand that have been very carefully marked off with like little posts and string and stuff like that, and very jealously guarded territories here. They're like, and there's nothing special going on in the sand and whatnot. It's like, stay off my sand. And then there's like the fishing beach and stuff. It's a little separate. You guys pass that, and you head over, and you're at the lighthouse. It looks like probably a 4 or 5 story lighthouse. Pretty normal lighthouse design. It's got the door down there. It's got occasional windows on the way up. It has the big fucking light that goes round and round, which is who knows what the fuck it is. Shows a guy with a giant light bulb screwing it in on the top.
I'll take Doc to where Mildred and I appeared.
No problem. Give me a memory roll to get it just right.
Memories.
Come on, fumble, Josie. Oh, God
2.
damn it! Is that not 2?
Right. Yeah.
Bastard. All right. He says, okay, adjust your feet a little bit more. Boom. Okay, now you're standing in my footprints when I arrive. You're like, okay. Now kind of lean back, get the body exactly right. Yeah, you're seeing pretty much exactly what he did when he came in. He's like, yes, you are now in the proper place.
Okay. Is there anything on the wall here? Like, can you see anything here?
There's no wall. It's like you're on the beach looking at a picturesque lighthouse over there.
Yeah.
Is the lighthouse like the lighthouse is up on it? Isn't like part of the docks here. It's like up.
No, it's the lighthouse is like docks, ass load of beach with careful marking delineations, and then there's some rocks and shit, and then they stuck the lighthouse on the rocks because it's slightly higher. Not. You could easily scamper up the rocks, not even climb, scamper.
Okay.
From where we're standing, is there anybody nearby?
No, not really. As soon as you guys left the carefully corded off areas and shit, nobody gave a fuck about you. You're obviously not stealing a fishing boat. You're not trying to rearrange any of their like little fucking lines of their petty kingdoms and shit. And after you kept walking, they just didn't care.
So if I was to cast a spell here, there's no one close enough to see that I don't have the pentagram, especially if I'm facing away.
Right, absolutely not close enough here. I mean, you've in your current location, you've got plenty of space before anybody can get close enough to start wondering about spirit pentagrams.
I will attempt identify gate to see if it picks up anything. And as I mentioned, Doc, I've got the goggles if you want to play around with them.
The look on Chris's face with the goggles that came from the school, that makes my nipples erect.
10.
Oh, you should have heard the what about my Mandarin lesson stuff, Chris. It was great. Sure.
Yes, I make my identify gate.
There is no gate here.
Yep, all right. Yep, no gate here.
So I'm thinking this is probably a one-way.
Yeah, that was what Mildred and I assumed.
So Logan, from this point of view, from standing here is the lighthouse like up on a hill?
A very small hill, like I said, scamperable hill.
Is there a keep in the city?
A keep?
Like a castle-ish type thing?
It's like here's the city, and then to the west of it is kind of it's the
manor house.
Not exactly. It's a lot of buildings that were kind of put around haphazardly, and then just happen to kind of look a little bit like the keep from the furry western thing, but it's not really. It wasn't really set, and the walls wouldn't keep out anybody type thing. But it's just sheer coincidence that it looks like that type of deal.
Coincidence.
Of course. Sheer coincidence.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you guys have been living in San Angeles now for a while. Thank God for the moderate climate and stuff.
A couple of things while I think of it.
I'm impressed you made that roll, Pete.
Yeah, my learn's at 20 now, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you just literally picked up that fucking spell.
Yes I did. And I've got to keep doing it if I want to improve it.
I was going to say, but you rolled a 25. Oh, did you play a card? You played
I played a skill plus 10.
You bastard. All right. That's interfering with nature.
Can I see those goggles?
Yeah. I'd give them to you to use if you wish. Yeah, you may use them. That's why I said I've got these goggles if you want to use them.
Okay.
Basically, you just need to exert your will, aka spend a magic point to activate.
Just so you know what they look like, Chris, they're kind of like if you've ever been in an eye exam, those crazy glasses that they have, but then a Chris kind of sticks out, like one of the fulgurite things. Kind of sticks out like somebody fucking plugged it in type deal. The whole setup looks pretty delicate. I'm thinking Holmes has got it in a nice case by now and shit, a nice shock resistant case, because he's had plenty of time to do it, and plus he's been in red carpet where he can walk into Hollywood Boulevard. I have these eccentric glasses that I got from a movie I was in. I want them in a shock resistant case, and they're like, we want a whole bunch of money. He says I'm rich, and it happened.
Okay.
They got 24. The Chris in it has 24 charges left.
Yeah, so you expend a magic point and a charge to activate it. So just in order to keep track of the charges, just let Pete know when you play with his goggles, and he'll mark off charges.
Yeah, it basically gives you magic sight for a minute.
Okay, I use it.
Excellent. Wow, give me an analyze magic roll. There's not a lot of magic in this area. There's almost none at the thing you're looking at, although you do see a guy looking out of a window while you're looking at his place with the fancy goggles on, and he does this. He goes, oh,
he
dude.
did that to us the last time, that bastard.
Yeah, just flipping you off. Anyway, right? Did you make it?
No.
Cool. There's various stuff going on, but what does it all mean? What does it mean? You don't know. Pretty lights over, mostly over the town, but they're kind of vague and.
Is there any magical aura coming from the lighthouse at all?
No, it's one of the least magical things here.
Oh, excellent. We should go to the lighthouse. I want to check it out.
Okay.
I don't recommend walking around in these goggles simply because everything's a little bit blurry, and like if you were walking around in them or trying to, God help you, run in them, then you'd probably end up on your face and breaking the goggles at some point. Or rifling through the fumble deck. Hooray! But yeah, eventually after I think you get a minute or something of looking at pretty lights, and then you put them back in Pete's case and he tucks them away.
And they give you a bonus to analyze magic as well when you're looking at magic shit. So.
Wait, they do?
Yep.
What's that, Chris? Or what? Or
for Pete, I've just sent him a Facebook tiny thing, whatever. So the first word on that is the name of the company we use, which I've used before. So it's good that I had an account set up. So then the next two things are obviously the account name and then the password. So I've changed the password to make it more generic, literally.
Yes.
Excellent work. Yeah, don't say it on TV here.
No.
Okay. For those who are watching, the password is I love cock, all caps.
You've got the underscores.
Change it now.
So
hold on. The goggles give a plus to analyze magic as well, or no?
Yes, they do. They give a bonus. Well, every time I've used them, Logan has said, and you get a bonus to analyze magic.
Yeah, it's like 10 points.
Yeah.
Would you make me roll at 10 points more, Chris?
Yes.
Cock. All right. It appears that cock. You. Who's your cock? Raise your hand. That's right. Okay. Who loves you? Who do you love? All right. Well, with your nifty goggles and stuff, it appears that San Angeles is definitely on a ley line of some sort. Is the big mystery thing here, which should come as a huge surprise. Yeah, Holmes nearly faints from this knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's not a good thing. These goggles, just to be clear, are not a great thing for I look around the city. Where's the evil magic coming from? Not great at that, but it's good for just determining the city itself seems to have a special kind of magic. And Q Queen, that's a type of magic. Yeah. Oh,
White's not here though.
Dead?
Or is she?
Mm.
Okay, so now that they're working for me, I do want to take a step back from like the exact spot that he told me about and see, is there even like a faint aura like in the air here? Like maybe not a gate because maybe it's a different kind of magic.
Aha. Oh, by the way, Matt, be sure to send me information on how to get on that server, please.
No.
So doing that, it may help. Give me an analyze magic there, Chris. Win! Win!
Oh, by the way, Chris, you got lots of
No,
cards
the
in your
opposite.
hand at the moment.
Yeah, if you want to discard some of those and maybe use some different ones, yes. I've been trying to give you as many, horrible cards as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, reworded, I just don't get it and stuff. A lot of the cards have been reworded. You two, as very senior players, I would definitely recommend gazing a bit longer at the cards. Like, for example, peek at the more loot card the other day and discovered I'd made it better. So,
Worse or better?
actually, I think the more loot was made better.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't
it
have
was
to
better.
It's not end of adventure anymore.
Yeah, sorry, no, I was just doing an Invader Zim quote.
Oh,
I'll spend a pause because I'm curious.
no.
I got it.
Damn you. Right. It kind of looks a bit like a vagina on this side, a closed vagina, kind of crinkly and shaped like that. And with your success in Analyze Magic, it is indeed a one-way gate. This is the exit. If you had the right kind of spells or magic or something, you might be able to fucking pry it open somehow, but that would be pretty fucking tricky.
So even if I just asserted my will on it or my essence on it, could I try to pull it open or no?
You'd have a better chance of exploding your own head.
Excellent.
You definitely, this is, you're thinking, no, I'm going to need some fucking, I mean, you might be able to snap it open briefly, but then you'd have an unstable gate that, might cause you to die going through it. It might snap shut before both of you get through. It might snap shut halfway through, which is never a good thing. I mean, you'll end up missing many of the things that go somewhere else. It's although it's possible, you're thinking it's super dangerous. If you get it, that's kind of like using willpower or essence to force something. Is kind of like using a hammer. You need a scalpel here.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not hammer time. You can play hammer time if you want, but you probably die unless you wanted to kill somebody else in a very creative way. He looks over at Holmes.
See, now I'm starting to like get conspiracy theories stuck in my brain. So anyway, so this right here, this is the exit to a one-way gate, and I can see it here.
Beautiful. Interesting.
There's
very
like
faintly, like it's
yeah.
Like
even
a
as you
little
watch,
rift,
it's slowly fading, like really slowly fading. So
like a bit of a rift or something there, is there? A very faint rift, didn't you?
Because
almost like an echo.
The art on the wall was clearly a trump card. And that's how whoever was in there got out. And so that's how you got out of there too. So while it still exists, maybe it's because that realm currently doesn't exist right now. So that's why the magic is fading and it hasn't been used lately.
It hasn't been used because it's a one-way. As an aside, I can't recall if you were there when we worked it out. The tarot card, the Tower, speaking of trump cards, is the Tower in the Shadow Academy.
So what's the tower? The Tower and the Shadow Company is what? Say that again one more time. I was writing, so my brain goes when I write.
Yeah, sorry.
So-
Yep. You know the tarot cards we've been finding?
Yes.
Which, as an aside, Logan, since we went somewhere else, even though we didn't actually spend any, well, we went somewhere else and made it away. Did we get tarot cards? Okay, no worries. One of the tarot cards somebody got, I can't remember if it was you or somebody else, was the Tower. The
And
picture
that's the
on that, yes. So we've now, well, as far as I know, I'm aware of 3 of the tarot cards that are different to the standard deck. One is the Tower. The other one is one of the sword cards. It's actually got Alex King on it, and the other one is the Priestess, I think it was, and that's got Mildred's girlfriend on it. Pregnant girlfriend on it.
It seems that there's way too much shit leading back to that place that was closed.
Yep. So yeah, so if you
Awesome.
think these are trump cards and stuff like that, potentially the tarot card, the Tower, maybe we could use it in some way. Besides the whole thing of having to gather the whole tarot deck.
Do you have that card on you?
Nope, it's in red carpet land with all the other tarot cards I've been gathering. And I completely forgot to ask John, Tommy, if he's gotten any tarot cards as yet.
What was the guy's name that was imprisoned? I don't even know his name. I'm awesome.
I just
Sure.
knew it was Ollie's father. Well, Mildred and I speculated it was Ollie's father from what he looked like. Didn't know his name. We were going to look into it.
Well, we can go do research that because as far as it's concerned, the Shadow Academy is in the future. This is like 100 years before that, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, because the Shadow Academy is 7 years old. So if they know about the Shadow Academy, this is after, isn't it?
No, as far as I'm aware, the Shadow Academy and this world are both 2151. But you've got the whole thing about, the Shadow Academy stuff only going back 7 years at the Shadow Academy, which was a bit strange.
I think one of you had gotten a piece of information you may have forgotten. Give me memory half or negative 30 for obscure piece of information that I believe you got but had forgotten. That may or may not matter.
If I'm the one that got it, then it's gone forever.
Excellent. Carry on. I'm good with this.
Well, because the Shadow Academy has to exist already, because people go through it, and that's when they get their pentagram, and those are the people that can cast magic around here.
Yes.
So this is the...
How long have people been doing that? Is the question.
We can go find that out. I mean, we can go do research on that.
Yes. Yeah, that was Bad Wolf.
So where, it looks like it's a keep from here, Logan, like you said,
kind of.
Okay, it doesn't exactly look like it.
I was going to say a keep is usually a single building. I would go more along the lines of fortress, like what you saw in the Western.
Okay, so is there any other timelines? Is that where the main seat of power is in each of the timelines, kind of?
Yeah, it's supposedly where it is, but it's the administrative thing.
So in San Angeles, what would be there?
In red carpet? You've never actually gone there. Actually, you haven't really explored your own San Angeles, so I'm going to ask for a San Angeles lore roll.
Got it.
Fuck it. Boring government buildings, like state capitol, or not. No, sorry, state capitol is in a whole different place. Fuck you. Dealing with the smart players is so much more challenging. Okay, I'm not saying I don't love all my players almost equally. Anyway, but no, it's boring administrative stuff. There's probably a couple of companies, some banks, shit like that. Pretty much stuff that keeps the city going in modern in red carpet area. Yeah, but nothing special, nothing that really lights your fire. I don't think you've even bothered to visit it much. Can you guys hear the sound out of Matt's headphones from where you're at?
No, I just heard muttering, but no sound from headphones.
Matt mutters from time to time. He's quite insane. So.
No, Timmy. No, Timmy.
Something about Timmy.
Yeah. He hates fucking Timmy. So, right.
It's a new beginning.
Cool. Enjoy. Make something nice, man. So, anyway, there any other questions on that, or do you guys want you notice lighthouse door open and some like old kind of stooped guy comes on this step and he just looks at you guys because you've been standing in front of his place for many minutes. He goes, "You two, fuck off."
I'll give him the finger.
He nods and goes in and closes the door.
All right.
He looked to Doc. He looked vaguely familiar. You'd never be able to put a name to him, but you're like,
Didn't have a hump or anything, did he?
a little bit of a hunch, yeah, a little bit. The look on Chris's face. I mean, it could just be stooped. You didn't really see his back very well. Chris looks like he's gone through Vietnam. I'm not making fun of any of the soldiers with PTSD, just Chris, who's now getting PTSD from the campaign. And of course, the fucking tiger pit we threw him into. So, anyway.
One other thing while I think of it. There's a warehouse here that's in the same location as the warehouse in Night City.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, are you guys moving on or just standing?
No. We're standing at the moment. There's nobody near us. Gives us we can chat.
Great.
Mildred originally, Dragon Don had hired us to do a job there, take out the people there. But Mildred and I passed it off to Rock and Phil to do, and the warehouse got burnt down. Apparently, we don't know what the outcome of the job was, but apparently they did it well. We went and checked out the warehouse to see if there was a gate in there, or see if we got that message about, I can't remember, closed or whatever it says, or inactive or whatever it says in your head in Night City. Nothing. No indications of a gate, no message, nothing. So
you could always take him with you and go look at it. And he's
yeah, if you want to check it out to see if you notice anything that we didn't pick up on. But yeah. We worked out that the warehouse that Don wanted us to do the job in was the exact same warehouse as the one in Night City. Because as far as the only gate I know of in this place is the gate in the hotel that goes to the Shadow Academy. I haven't found any other gates in this location myself.
Gotcha. Well, there's usually 3 gates in each room.
Yeah, exactly. So, which is why we're checking out the warehouse, because we thought whether or not you got because the synchronicity of things. There's
With
potentially
one breath, with one flow, soon you will know synchronicity. A sleep trance, a shared romance, a dream dance, synchronicity.
yeah. All right. So yes, so there's that as well. We can always check out.
Is he still watching us from the lighthouse?
Yes. Yes, he is. He's like peering through some drapes, like fucking man. And you can tell he's muttering to himself, like these fucking people. I mean, you guys are quite a ways from the lighthouse. Like you couldn't throw a rock and hit him from where you're at. Maybe throw it as far as you can, then pick it up, and then maybe you can hit the lighthouse type thing. So a couple rock throws away. So you're not really on his fucking property. He just seems agitated that you guys have come and stood and stared at his lighthouse for a long time.
Did you want to go and talk to him, or just ignore him and move on? Okay, then let's.
Okay. You guys head over to the lighthouse. He opens the door when you get close, and he's like, "I like to play chess, and I like to fuck. What are you here for?"
I was curious about something.
Which, the chess or the fucking?
Neither.
He looks disappointed.
So you're always watching out here because there's not much else to do, because that's kind of what your job is, right?
Are you wanting to come in and have a drink, or you want to stand
Okay.
there and talk? Right.
I
Get
go
in
in.
here. Hey.
Wondering.
All right, you guys go in. It's kind of tidy. Looking around this place, I'm not even going to ask for an evidence analysis roll. This dude is definitely an alcoholic. He has a bit of a hunch on his back, but it's not super pronounced hump that moves around and shit like that. He says, "I'm Joplin. What do I call you guys?"
Shotgun Joker.
Doc Fulton.
He tries making his San Angeles lore roll. Chris, I rolled a fucking crit on the. No, he's never heard of Shotgun Joker. Great.
Good.
It's weird. It's weird. I really thought he would.
Yeah, I was half expecting you to roll yet another really low or crit on people having heard of us.
Yeah. He gets you guys seated. You're each poured a glass of some strong shit, and which tastes like he probably made it himself. Not
in
well.
His bathtub that he also washes in.
Quite possible. Quite possible. Yeah, I think you've gotten the nail on the head there. And he says, "What's so fucking fascinating about my goddamn lighthouse? You're not looking for more fulgurite, I can tell. You're not dressed like it."
So have you seen anybody appear where we were standing recently, or semi-recently?
No, I've seen a lot of strange stuff. Most of it's out to sea.
Has anybody come to you looking for aid recently? Like, they look like they were like tortured or like had been locked up for a while?
Recently? No.
So somebody has previously then.
I'd rather not talk about that. Neither of you can even play chess.
I can try to play chess if that helps.
You won't. You suck at it, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, but I can try.
He begins setting up the board.
Okay.
Give me your chess roll, please. The pieces don't move like that.
Oh, that's checkers, is it? My bad.
Just because it's a knight doesn't mean you can hop around the board at will.
But I like to hop.
Yeah. He says, yeah.
Does he have any paintings here?
He has a couple of nudie paintings of women that probably shouldn't have been painted in the nude in the first place.
Okay.
He has bad taste, you're thinking. Yeah, but he seems reluctant to talk about things in the past. And he says, so.
Well, we think that it might have. There's a way to appear there from another place. That's why I was asking.
What, a magic gate or some shit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit. I got fucking give you guys 3 silver if you put down some punji sticks where it comes out.
It's a one-way. It's not a two-way, at least.
I'll give you a bottle of this hooch if you put down some punji sticks.
So, Logan, just out of curiosity, like, since it's a lighthouse, is this like one room, like the size of the lighthouse, and there's stairs going up to another floor?
Exactly.
And so this room looks kind of messy-ish. It looks like an older, like
some
better.
old smelly dude lives here by himself, has supplies delivered every couple weeks, and drinks himself into a stupor most nights. Yes.
But is the stairs really well kept and clean?
No crap on them at all.
Okay.
They're fairly clean. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they're clean to the extent of somebody who knows that if they were to fall off the stairs, they'd probably die, because there's a big space that you can fall through. Like, you go up on the stairs and then jump into the center of the lighthouse and scream, fall splat until you get to the next floor.
Okay.
Super dangerous. No railing. Anybody had a fear of heights definitely doesn't want this fucking job. I mean, sure, it's only like 4 or 5 stories up, but still, it's a scary 4 or 5 stories. And the bottom room's a couple tall, so you couldn't probably kill yourself, but you might break an arm or a leg or something.
Okay. So
this is mainly supplies. It looks like this is where he would host guests, and he probably sleeps and makes his horrible alcohol up there, and then the next one up is more along the lines of the light and stuff.
So how long ago did this unexpected visitor show up?
I'm not telling you shit. He says.
I put 10 silver on the table.
He pours some more alcohol. He's like, I get paid by the city.
I put 10 more silver on the table.
I get paid well by the city.
I put 20 more silver on the table.
God gives me money. He says, he looks at the table. He's curious as to how far this will go.
I'll put another 10 silver on the table.
He takes it and he says, it was probably 20, 30 years ago. A guy came to me. He needed some feeding up. Said he'd been shipwrecked. I didn't ask too many questions.
How long ago was that?
20, 30 years ago.
Did he look like he was shipwrecked? As in, was he wet?
Well, he was dressed in tatters. He smelled bad. He was super thin. So he could have been living on some desert island for a while. I don't know.
But if he just appeared on the beach out of the water, he'd be sopping wet, wouldn't he?
What am I, a doctor?
No, just whether or not you can recall.
This is a long time ago. I'm just an old man. My memory's fading. And so
what kind of alcohol is this?
This is bathtub gin type of shit.
Clear?
Yeah.
Do you have any brandy or any whiskey or anything like that?
I have some medicinal brandy, he says.
Okay. Anything that has a good amber color to it, I would really like to drink. And I want to do an empathy when I say that. Just
all right. I'm giving you a card for your fucking evilness, and go ahead and give me that empathy. Lower is better.
Nothing special, but I got it.
He's like, He's kind of bitchy, like my bathtub gin and wants the special medicinal brandy. He goes and gets you the equivalent of a Costco barrel of this shit, marked down several times and then finally bought. And he pours you some and goes, drink up.
Okay.
So what happened to this guy that turned up?
He stayed for a while and then he left.
Did he leave anything behind?
Yeah. If he did, it's been 20 or 30 years. He didn't leave me any maps or doubloons or treasure or anything like that.
Yeah, you never know.
Did he tell you what his name was? What did you refer to?
I called him Corey.
Yeah.
Gonna fucking kill someone right now.
What?
Right in the fucking schnood.
Shows Holmes holding the old guy while he gets kicked in the dick by Doc Fulton.
Gotcha. Okay. It's what I needed to know.
Good, he says.
Has anybody else come looking for him?
No. I just keep my head down. I keep my nose to the grindstone, my back to the board. It's kind of a hard way to work, but I make it go.
So this lighthouse uses Chris, does it, to power the light, I'm assuming?
He looks super cagey and he goes, no,
or is it
just burn a fire.
Yeah, I was going to say, or is it a fire? Yeah, that's all right. I was just curious.
You're thinking it's not a fire.
No, because obviously, yeah.
He looks super fucking uncomfortable.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to steal you. I'm not going to try and steal the Chris or anything.
He does not look fucking convinced at all when you tell him that.
Can you show us how it works?
No, it's broken. Come back later. Look at the time, he says, examining his bare wrist. Time for you to go. He goes over and holds open the door.
No worries.
So you don't hear from Corey anymore?
Fuck off, he says, motioning outside. He seems nervous now for some reason.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep. Give me empathy roll for after the door slams behind you. Fuck off, he yells.
Crit.
He was not at all concerned about this stranger that showed up 20, 30 years ago, getting fed up. As soon as he brought up the giant Chris that he may have upstairs and shit, got super fucking nervous. Like, they're here to rob the fuck out of me and run off with the only thing of value here that doesn't even belong to me. Your guess is that he might be worried about getting in trouble from the city if he got robbed and killed or whatever. For basically what could be a hefty chunk of change. Maybe not for you guys, but for him, certainly.
So, right. So it looks like that theory is in effect for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows Doc Fulton with his 1,000-yard stare.
Right.
You know what the truly warped thing is, Chris?
What's that?
That if you are correct, then not only is this campaign a continuation of my last campaign, but a continuation of a previous campaign.
No, that's exactly why I did that the first time. That I had some sand loss while we were discussing all this.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Fuck Jeff. That's all I got to say.
Fair enough.
But
if you think about it, if that campaign happened, then that would put you where?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. See how shit all fucking starts coming? Yeah. And you're one of the few motherfuckers. Actually, you might be the only one playing who was at the Swamp House.
Yes.
Yeah, because TJ doesn't do much playing and stuff right now, so he's got Magic tournaments. Very sad.
That does make me a bit sad inside.
So, well, if my campaign was as popular as Magic, I would probably be overwhelmed, mobbed, and torn apart. I got his finger. It's a collectible.
I'm actually surprised it's still as popular as it is.
So, where do you guys go?
Well,
Or do you want to just hang out in front of this guy's lighthouse like
And
super
make him even
creepy
more
stalkers?
worried? No,
Yeah.
probably not.
Oh, yeah. His name was Joplin. Yeah. Good time.
okay.
I like having a campaign with layers like a fucking cake, you know?
So, do we want to go to? There's a library in the city that we can go to, or no?
Big,
Yeah,
beautiful
there's a
library.
couple. There's a couple.
Couple?
There's well, I'm sure I've seen more than one. There's one right near. There's one in the ritzy area of town.
Yes.
And I thought there was. I thought I saw one somewhere else.
If you can find a second library in this town and direct me to it on the map and I can find it, I'll give you a card for that shit. Because I know
Yeah, for some
one.
reason, I thought there was a second one. That's okay. That's something never checked out. The Museum of Art.
There's many things you guys have
No,
never
there's a
checked out.
museum art here. I definitely want to go to that bad bitch.
Yeah, it's in the Arts District. So we go there via the docks to the Arts District.
And I'm able to cheat because since I have the Scalpel program, I can do a search. Because otherwise, okay, wait. What's one of the other businesses near the art district?
The Art District. It has Museum of Art, Pawn
Museum,
Shop,
there you go.
The Factory, Small Shitty Fire Trap Theatre.
Got it. Okay, so you guys go to the arts district and basically just poke around.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there you said there's a gallery here, right? Like it has a lot of art in it, or no?
They have a museum of art.
The Museum of Art.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to go there.
No problem. It's free to get in. Yay!
Something's free here.
Yeah, all of the art is state approved art. So
Okay.
it's all pretty much like it's like going and looking at the old USSR propaganda posters, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Did you want to check out? That's pretty much all that's in the Museum of Art. Really.
So there's no real like paintings, or it's all
everything is toward glory for the state type of shit, and you notice that you seem to be the only ones in here. Plus, of course, the curator, who's some old biddy who is pretty much trying to sell you like a mug, you know, saying I visited the Museum of Art and stuff like that. It's only 1 silver. It looks like it's worth only 1 silver, you're thinking.
So we have to find like the underground art here. That's weird.
we have that over here. She shows you like it's a cave that if you go into in this picture, then you find that the state is massive and strong, and its roots come down into this underground place and are watered by the blood of patriots and stuff. There it is, the underground. She says.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Old woman.
Thank you.
Did you guys want to snoop around the rest of the arts district a bit? And not
Sure.
When I say snoop around, I'm not saying breaking into places and shit, just kind of wandering around and shit.
While we are here,
No worries.
while thoughts are burbling away in the back of our heads.
Yes, go ahead and give me streetwise rolls, please, to know stuff.
Streetwise, do we even have that? Yes, I do.
Because I believe you're both climatized to Gothic post-apocalypse by now. You've spent a month or more here, yeah?
Yeah,
Got
I'd
it.
say so. I did not.
The pawn shop that's listed on your map that you despise looking at, Chris, there's a few backroom things there, but not a huge amount of stuff. You might be able to get like lock picks there or something like that, but they just don't have a plethora of illegal shit. The factory is it's a very artistic place.